Mistake or not, one cool thing about sex is it always seems to put you in a good mood. Hell, I think it even cheers up the people around you.
Oh, joy. I get to work on Mrs. Creedon with the Wonder Twins. Dear Lord, what in thy most holy name have I done to have offended thee so?
My brother Bradley and I used to always pretend that we were the Wonder Twins. He would always become form of a dragon, and then I would want to be a dragon too, but he said I'd be something made of water, so I'd be like, shape of an ice dragon. And then he would say that I was copying him, and he'd breathe on me, and I'd have to melt, but it was still so awesome.
That's funny. I don't recall asking for a really boring story. My God, Barbie. Don't you understand? No one cares.
I care.
Correction, no one important cares. Now, Miss Creedon is in post-op, so let's start her out by CAT scanning her abdomen. Oh, and gosh, all kidding aside, I'd really like to see us work together on this one. Come on now. Dun, 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 dun. Hands in. Dun, 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 dun. Woo, please. Hey, chum, what do you say? Listen, I just wanted to tell you not to worry about getting that silly CAT scan on Mrs. Creedon, because it turns out I'm just going to rip her stitches open, jam my head in there, and have a look around for myself.
Okay, doctor.
Damn it, when I tell you to do something, you sure as hell better get it done.
Why are you being so weird?
Well, of course, that could be because he's shaving his dome so much lately that the hair is actually starting to grow inward. It's an affliction commonly known as the infro. But if I were to guess just exactly why he's been acting weird lately, I would say it's because he's the one who's been steering your patients away from you. Discuss.
Dr. Cox, I just wanted to let you know that Turk did the right thing by taking my patients off of my service.
No. What that yellow-bellied scalpel jock should have done was to get out of surgery and schedule himself for an early morning out-of-pair-to-me. That way, if it took, he'd have the stones to at least come and talk to you next time he had a problem.
Just can't seem to stop letting my life out there affect my life in here, you know?
Well, hell, Barbie. Look at me. It's not like I've always been the centered, well-adjusted guy Smiley you see walking up and down the halls of this dump, and stuff like that takes time. But eventually you'll learn to keep your personal problems separate from this place.
So what do I do until then?
You get your damn life in order. Oh, and Barbie, let's say word were to get out that Uncle Cox was doling out the feel-goods. I'll make you pay. You have no idea. Huge.
Okay, just tell her the truth. You're crazy about her.
Look, Elliot.
Ah, damn. I missed the annual sleepover, didn't I? That wonderful time of year when you two crazy kids throw caution to the wind and make sweet elbowy love to each other. Don't you be shy. You can tell Uncle Coxie about the nut, eh?
Dr. Cox, I lost my apartment, and so I was just needing a place to stay.
So we went over to your friend's house and cried on his shoulder, boo-hoo. Wham! You, of course, comforted her because she was weak and vulnerable and blah, blah, blah. Nerdy sex. The end. Dear Lord, Laverne, how in God's name do you listen to this crap all day long?
Are you kidding? If he turns out to be her brother, this is better than my story.
Oh, you are so right. Oh, joy of joys, Mr. Corman, you've joined us yet again. And what imaginary disease is ailing you this time, my good man?
This time he thinks he has the Yaba virus.
Your hair got longer, and I don't appreciate your tone.
Last month, you thought you had familial Mediterranean fever.
I was at my friend Kelly Papadopoulos' wedding, okay? I share a glass of ouzo with this guy named Janos. 20 minutes later, I'm in a cab. I gotta ask the guy to pull over because I'm gonna explode in some guy's rose garden. Now, what would you think?
Same thing I think right now. That you got yourself a bad case of the wish you were six.
Yeah, well, I read the symptoms on the internet, okay? I have Yaba.
Would you say you've been in contact with many exotic primates this year?
I have been to the zoo, yes.
And while you were there, did you go ahead and jump right into the cage and play toss the poop with the other monkeys? Because if you did, then yeah, you just might have Yaba. But if that's the case, it would be way, way down on the list of your problems. Give him a full workup.
That Mrs. Larkin's an aggressive lady. She won't even let her husband finish a sentence.
Oh, shut the hell up, would you please? At least she's ballsy, unlike that husband who's the overly thoughtful, sensitive type that drives me crazy. What?
No, I think the Larkins complement each other. They're a good team. Kind of remind me of us.
Roseanne, now, granted, I was, as usual, only halfway listening to you, but I got the sinking feeling you just compared us to a married couple. And I know, a girl can dream, but This is never gonna happen. No, honey, the reason we're late is that you took forever to get ready. That's what happens when you're late.
Whatever you say, mister. Yesterday I had chest hair, today I suddenly don't.
Sometimes Elliot just can't help herself.
Dr. Cox, you're a waxer?
Hark, it is the high-pitched warble of the nosy Nelly. Don't see many of those flitting about these halls anymore because, well, quite frankly, when one does, one shoots to kill. Now, Barbie, Jordan is here for her ultrasound today, and I'm going to be holding her claw the entire time. So what you've just done is essentially volunteered to do all of your work and all of mine. And if you'll step right this way, I'll be more than glad to tell you more about what you've won.
Perry, hi, how are you, etc. The wife and I just took out a new insurance policy, and I need a physical.
Bob, the day I willingly cradle your dusty old twig and berries and get a whiff of your chronic halitosis while you turn your head and cough is the day you can look for me up on the roof singing I Believe I Can Fly.
Great stuff. See you about 2-ish.
You should just do it.
Really?
Well, it'll only take 15 minutes of your life, and it wouldn't hurt to be in good with him once.
You're giving me advice.
Yeah, feel free to return the favor.
Fair enough. Try this on for size. No matter where you go in life, always keep an eye out for Johnny the tackling Alzheimer's patient.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who am I? It's just a physical. You can be cordial. Let me say there, Bob. How about we do just like you do with Enid? Close our eyes, pretend we're with someone else, and be done before Leno starts.
Save the racket for the tennis court, big guy. I have taken the liberty of filling out the form. All you have to do is sign right below where it says fit as a 26-year-old.
You're not suggesting that I rubber stamp your insurance physical, are you there, Bobo?
Just sign the damn form.
Or you could take your shirt off right now and be done with all this in the next 5 minutes. I am not going to make this uncomfortable for you. Come on, I'm a professional.
Okay.
Had to be done, Bob. Continue, handsome.
I got very drunk last night, and I decided that I'm not giving up on you. So, how'd you do with my counting exercise?
Honestly, I tried it once and I thought it was stupid.
That's it, we're done.
Whoa. You're dumping me?
I hope we can remain friends.
Oh, now, please don't take away the privilege of letting me pay you $200 an hour so that I can drag my ass in here and watch you nod. God knows the only other place I can get that on the planet is from my Brett Favre bobblehead doll.
Fine. You want to know what I really think? Your problem isn't that you make bad choices. It's that you identify the good choice and then intentionally do the opposite. You see, behind this boorish bravado of yours is a paralyzing fear of letting anyone into your life. And it isn't because you weren't loved when you were a kid. It's because you're so egocentric that the love wasn't enough. So you pulled pigtails and you pushed the fat kids into the dirt so no one could ignore little Perry. Well, little Perry is now 40 years old, and you're so invested in this neurotic, narcissistic notion of yourself as loner that you can't quit. And you'll just keep dumping on everyone around you until eventually, and please, trust me on this, there won't be anyone left.
There's a million reasons a relationship can crash and burn.
Give me a break.
Enjoy your special day.
Thanks.
Now, in honor of this little goblin's arrival, I have gone ahead and taken care of everything. Dr. Gerson will be waiting to induce you. She will also administer the world's largest epidural. I have with awfully underqualified residents covering all of my patients so that I can be with you every step of the way. And here's the kicker. I have traded every single one of my weekends. I have called in every favor, and I have kissed every pompous, wrinkled ass in this fluorescent hellhole so that I could secure for you the one and only Mac Daddy out of your mind birthing suite in this entire hospital.
Nice job, Alice.
Honestly, Perry, the only way I could have felt more taken care of is if I were at a 4-star resort or a spa or a third world country where you have to boil your own sewage if you want something to drink. Oh, and by the way, a giant feather in your cap for how much power you wield in this hospital after 15 years.
Come on, Jordan.
I am so sorry everything fell apart today. Honest to God, I am. But I guarantee that when you get here tomorrow, Dr. Gerson will, in fact, be in the super deluxe birthing suite so that you can go ahead and have that storybook drug-addled, Pitocin-induced pregnancy that you've always dreamed of ever since you were a little girl. But in the meantime, you've got to cut me a little slack. I mean, come on. It's not like I see the real father running around here busting his hump.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going home.
No, you're not.
Bye-bye.
Jordan, your water just broke.
This kid's annoying me already.
Hey, girl's name.
What?
Give me a break. I got a lot on my mind, Ellen. Oh, look at that. I bounced back. Anyway, the cave bat just kicked me out of its lair, and seems as I no longer have my all-access pass to Crazy Town, I'm going to need you to occasionally go in there and poke her with a broomstick just to see how she's doing.
Dr. Cox.
Please, just check on her. Okay.
Well, now, Maggie, I can only assume that you are whiling away the morning cat-chatting with your favorite gal pal because you have already finished your pre-rounding?
I haven't even started yet.
What?
Gotcha, finished.
That's a good one, newbie. My heart is racing. You are quite the prankster.
I could tell you some stories.
If there's a God in heaven, you never will. This is Mrs. Grayson's chart. Her private practice doctor just showed up, so I am off this one.
Well, is there anything I need to do for a lung nodule?
Oh, I don't know. What do you say you start her on 20 cc's if it's not my problem anymore?
Hey, Dr. Cox.
Oh, hey, buddy. I was just thinking about you. Yeah, I was thinking how it might be real nice to have somebody around here who could help me out. You know, somebody I could call, oh gosh, my resident. We'd do stuff together, you know, medical stuff, and it would just be peaches. But then it occurred to me that a guy who looked a hell of a lot like you used to be that guy. Monica, just because you have a new buddy doesn't mean you can all of a sudden drop all of your regular duties. And I know I just said drop your duties, and so help me God if you even smile. I will crush you into 2 little newbie cubes and hang you from my rearview mirror. What do you got to say for yourself?
Just do it. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Welcome to today's lecture, the biomechanical reaction of Dr. Perry Cox when he's not being listened to. Stage 1, the jaw clench. Arrgh! Quickly followed by stage 2, syllable elongation.
Newbie, I really don't have time to repeat myself.
Finally, stage 3. Dr. Cox begrudgingly offers a little respect, but then distances himself by overusing the word there.
But I gotta give it to you there for yanking my chain there. There.
The young soldier is offered a prize for his courage.
Get ready.
Dr. Cox, look, I'm so sorry I lied to you last night. I should have just told you I was getting a beer with Pete.
Did we just slip into some alternate dimension where I actually give a flying ducky about what you say and do?
Look, I know that he's in private practice and everything, but Pete's actually a really cool guy.
He is a bad guy. And newbie, if you're smart, you'll stay away from him.
Oh my God, you're actually jealous that I'm hanging out with another doctor.
No, I'm not.
Laverne.
Jealous.
Tadao.
Look, Marcia, if I were you, I'd drop this jealousy thing right now.
Don't worry about it, champ. It's all right to need me.
Touchdown!
I always hoped that the longer you were a couple, the easier it got.
No noise. And by the way, the whole world gets it. You love your body. And put your damn shirt on. No one's making a calendar here. Oh, and be a sweetie and get me a juice, will you? Thanks so much.
As much as it may seem like it to me personally, I feel desperately compelled to remind you that we are in fact not in prison. And I am just so not your bitch.
Watch your language in front of the baby.
You're gonna have to trust me on this one. Seems as you're his mother, he's gonna hear that word early and he's gonna hear it often. Like, nonstop. I need you to extubate the young fellow in 304 and start an insulin drip on Mrs. Adler for the 3rd time this month. God bless diabetics who continue to drink. Oh, and Lassie. In response to the bestiality rumors circulating about you, I've decided to forego calling you by the usual girl's name, and instead, I'm going to be referring to you by whatever famous dog I can think of. I've gone with Lassie because, of course, that satisfies the criteria of being both a girl and a dog's name, thus helping you ease into the transition.
I was just running kissing drills.
Oh, that's completely normal then. Huh.
Don't bring that filth over here.